Next up, at UFC Vegas 79, we have the main event of the evening. Rafael Fiziev, or Fiziev, interchangeable, taking on Mateusz Gamrot. Rafael Fiziev is 12-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5 years, coming off that very close loss to Justin Gaethje. He's taking on Mateusz Gamrot, 22-2 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that bounce-back win over Jalen Turner, which, if you remember, was short notice. This is a very, very good main event, frankly. We got Rafael Fiziev, one of the best strikers in the division, the Tiger Muay Thai striking coach. If you don't know Tiger Muay Thai, it's one of the most decorated Muay Thai gyms on planet Earth, and he's the coach. And a few fights ago, he fought the coach before him, and he beat his ass. He beat the brakes
Took his job and then sent him to fucking retirement, basically.
Beat the absolute piss out of that guy. So he's that good of a striker. Unbelievably technical, very, very powerful, very dangerous, and a full-blown dog. He doesn't have any quit in him, and he will continue to come forward, continue to fight. The problem, though, is he is willing to get into a dogfight. He will be the most technical striker in pretty much every matchup he's ever going to get in the UFC, and he will still get sucked into a bar brawl like he did with Justin Gaethje. He's coming off that loss to Justin Gaethje. I think he won that fight, but I can understand giving it to Justin. It was close enough that, it's not worth arguing over.
I was on the Fiziev side, and he didn't win.
Yeah, I thought he did, but it was ridiculously close. But it was very obvious early Fiziev was the much, much better striker. He just got sucked into that brawl, and I've mentioned this last week, the week before. The old adage is you box a brawler or you brawl a boxer. And he is the clean boxer, and he ended up brawling. And that's just didn't work out for him. He's taking on Mateusz Gamrot. This dude, non-stop, tried and true wrestler. Non-stop wrestler. Phenomenal, nasty wrestler. His striking is actually pretty decent. He's got pretty good striking. It's technical. It'll be in your face. He can hang. The problem is he gets dropped. If you go through all the stats, he has 7 fights in the UFC. He has been dropped, knocked down officially in 4 of them. That's a lot. That's more than half for the math. And the reality is, though, if you look at it, so I looked at this, my gut reaction was Fiziev is going to finish Gamrot. The dude gets dropped. I just have it in my head. He's just constantly getting dropped. But then I looked at it a little closer. I went back. I watched some of those. It's like bouncing a ball. It falls, it hits, it comes right back up exactly where it started. He's never on ice skates. He doesn't ever need more than a half a second to get back where he was or to shake any cobwebs. It's a very weird drop. Then people are going to say, oh, he has cardio issues. When the only time you ever saw him, his cardio wasn't great, was Jalen Turner on short notice. And I was talking to Josh, the web guy, today about this fight. My pick is Fiziev. I think Fiziev is just such a good, dangerous striker that Gamrot's going to have to fight a perfect fight to win this fight. Literally a perfect fight for 25 minutes to win this fight. And any mistake could be a real big problem for him. And I was talking to Josh about that, the web guy. And if I remember correctly, he was like, I agree. He's like, if you told me that was Arman Tsarukyan fighting Fiziev, I would have picked him in a second. And I wouldn't even be thinking about it. I'd be like, yeah, Arman Tsarukyan wins that fight. Meanwhile, Gamrot beat Arman Tsarukyan. And they're basically the same fighters. And that really got me thinking. So now I'm much less confident. I still am going to lean Fiziev here. And the last thing I'll mention before I turn it over, the other thing giving me a little on that side is if you go to Henry Cejudo's YouTube channel, he does a full breakdown of why Mateusz Gamrot has the best takedowns in the UFC. And he has a big, beautiful touchscreen TV, and he's literally drawing with a marker the circles that Gamrot's running as soon as he touches legs. It is impressive. He could grind on Fiziev, break this dude halfway through. I'm going to lean Fiziev because of all the knockdowns, but again, they're almost meaningless, but we'll find out on Saturday. What do you think, Jakey boy?
First things first, I love both these guys. I have been very high, and you know me as well. I mean, I've been very high on Mateusz Gamrot coming into the UFC during his career. I've said that he can be a former or a future champion. I said that he was going to absolutely smoke Dariush. So I just want to make sure everyone understands before I break this fight down. I'm not a Gamrot hater. I fucking love this guy, and he is very, very talented. And I actually think that if there wasn't that knockdown by Dariush, he won that fight. You can't just – Dariush was doing nothing in that fight.
All he did was defend takedowns.
Yeah, I mean, Gamrot is just absolutely nonstop. But, you know, this just feels like a terrible matchup for him. And the big thing that I keep seeing all week is Fiziev, yeah, he fought RDA. He went 5 rounds at RDA, and RDA defended all those takedowns. And he got the knockout in the 5th round. So all these, like, question marks about his cardio is very weird, because both these guys, by the way, too, I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but very, very tough. Even if they get tired, neither one of these guys is a quitter when they get tired. So even if fatigue sets in, I expect both these guys to be fine in the 4th and the 5th rounds. But in that RDA fight, a lot of people are going to bring up Gamrot and be like, but Gamrot is a better wrestler. He's never fought a wrestler with the skill set of Gamrot. That is 100% true. 100% true. He has never fought somebody with the wrestling skill set of Gamrot. 100% true. On the flip side, Gamrot has never come close to fighting somebody with the striking prowess, speed, and power of a Rafael Fiziev. So yeah, you can look at it one way and be like, you know, he's never fought that. But we've seen Fiziev be able to at least defend takedowns, win fights that way. At least we know he can do that. Against Gamrot, even against people that aren't at the same striking level as Fiziev, I'm getting real excited now. Even against the people that they don't even have the same striking as Fiziev, he still runs into issues against people that don't have that same skill level. He is getting dropped on those entries. He is getting hit. It's just like, so yeah, I understand that Gamrot's the best wrestler that Fiziev has ever faced. But I've seen Fiziev defend takedowns, work through that, and still find finishes. Against Gamrot has never fought somebody at this level, and he's still getting hit. He's still getting dropped. I think there is a great opportunity here for Fiziev to find shots early and put this guy away early. I know he's never been finished, Gamrot. But just because something has never happened doesn't mean that it can't happen. I love Gamrot. If he comes in and gets all the control and all this stuff, I get it. But Fiziev is just so fucking fast and so good and so strong and so powerful. It's just like, he's fucking, if you look at him right in the eyes, like square in the eyes right now, that guy is fucking beautiful. He is a beautiful man. He's got the shaved head now, the mythical fighter, shaved head, Rafael Fiziev. I think he'd finish this guy in the first 2 rounds, honestly. And I think he does that. I got Fiziev.
Yeah, I'm on his side too, but I am, you know, we'll see, man. I may full switch by the end of the weekend because, frankly...
And you talk about the Arman thing too. Arman is a much better striker than Gamrot. He's a much better striker. And Arman arguably he won that fight. But so if you're talking about Arman coming against Fiziev, yeah, it is probably, I probably would pick Arman because he is a better striker. He can hang on the striking more than Gamrot can. I think Gamrot has the opportunity to get fucked up in this fight.
It'll be interesting, but I mean, do you hear what I'm saying about the getting dropped? The dude bounces right. He's never on ice skates. He's not rocked. He like drops.
No, I agree, but I just can't, because there's even people in the Discord too, which Discord's 100% free. You can join Discord. It's in the description below. People are talking like, yeah, he's probably gonna get dropped, but I think he survives. And it's like, yeah, that might happen. But you're putting money on a guy just hoping that he can survive getting dropped. Yeah. It's like, fuck, man. He's never fought somebody with the speed of Fiziev.
Yeah, and I'm not. Because I may end up like flipping my pick the more I stare at it, but plus 126 is not worth it. If he was plus 200, it's like, hey, you know what? Let's dabble. The best wrestler in the division, like, let's do it. Let's see what happens. But plus 126, I'll watch. I'll enjoy. Especially going into a break week. Nothing worse than losing going into a break week. Then you're stuck betting on Contender Series, and that shit sucks. $8,500 in DraftKings.
We got Artem. Artem said he went 5-1, I think, tonight.
There he goes. So finally a card was like somewhat normal and not like just wild.
I don't know.
Well, $8,500 for Rafael Fiziev in DraftKings. Man, I think Gamrot might be the better DraftKings play at $7,700, especially if he's going to get some of those takedowns and get things going. You probably disagree because you think Fiziev could win in the second round.
Well, that's what somebody said. Gamrot wrestled Arman for 5 rounds. What do you think he's going to do to a kickboxer? Get knocked out, because that's what kickboxers do. Arman's not a kickboxer. Arman's a wrestler. He out-wrestled a wrestler, but he fucking, good luck.
Get knocked out. Well, I'm looking forward to this fight. What are their ages? Hold on. 32 and 30. Yeah, they're still pretty young. I'm looking forward. This is a very solid main event. The rest of this card is a little but the co-main and the main are actually very, very solid.
I think there's some good matchups. One of the things that I've noticed this week too, and I don't know if you feel the same, props to me feel very hard because it feels like there's a lot
round lines seem easy this week.
I don't know, because to me it seems like there's a lot of dangerous fighters that are fighting durable guys, if that makes sense. It just seems like there's a lot of matchups where it's like I could see like, oh shit, somebody could Ricardo Ramos. It's like, oh shit. It's like oh shit, I could see Ricardo, but then it's like, he's against a very durable guy. It just seems like a lot of those matchups. I just played a lot of just straight money lines this week, to be honest with you.
I hear you. I have a bunch of props going on the round lines. I'm loving the overs. I'm basically over on everything. I'm loving all the overs. Especially though, we got a lot of 1.5 round lines this week. Love them all.
I don't know.
Shut up. Shut up with the noises. Let's go ahead and shut this thing down. Guys, WeWantPicks.com/bets. I will send you $50. All you need to do is go to that website, use our link to sign up with any one of our partners, and I will send you $50 as a thank you. It's affiliate marketing, so they're going to pay me. I'm going to break off a chunk of that money, and I'm going to send it right back to you as a thank you. WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. I will $50.
Oh my God. What the fuck is going on?
What happened?
You struggling a little bit?
No. What happened?
I worry.
Line movement tracker, one of the many tools and pieces of information, data that you will get after you become a premium member. First thing you're going to need to do is go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member at the top. You'll unlock this and much, much more. Line movement tracker is going to give you opening odds, current odds, the win probability, and the line movement for every single fighter on every single card. You're also going to get detailed data, metrics, and analytics to help you find your spots. This is 38 columns of data to help you look into the fights, help scare you away from a fight, or maybe drag you back into one. You're also going to get courses. We literally have courses. One of the most common questions we get is, what is DraftKings Fantasy? Well, our first course is up, and it will walk you through exactly what DraftKings Fantasy is, how to get started, what it all means, and how to start building some lineups, which I'll tell you right now, playing DraftKings Fantasy, even if it's for a couple of dollars with friends, makes the night a lot more enjoyable. And it's more than just me and Red Handsome over here. You're also going to get Running Mouth MMA, Artem, and the Pick Doctor. That is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different people.
Well,
giving you breakdowns
it's
of
5 people and 2 bots.
Am I one of the bots?
If you want to claim it.
Anyway, guys, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It is only $10 a month. Jacob is pretending he is coordinated. Any last words for the people?
I'll be honest with you. Lock of the week this week should be interesting.
I don't like anybody. So it is what it is. All right. Adios.